Now to our continuing coverage. Krystal Kenney sentenced to the maximum 3 years in prison this morning. She's the Idaho nurse who helped Patrick Frazee clean up the crime scene after he beat Kelsey Barrett to death.
In Cripple Creek today, Kenney's lawyers called 3 people to testify about her character, while the prosecution heard from a former co-worker of Barrett's and her own father. News 5's Colette Bordelon in the courtroom today, where Kenney herself gave emotional testimony.
She says she doesn't have the words to accurately describe the kind of remorse she's feeling, and she wishes she could have saved Barrett. Now her defense team arguing she's a victim of a master manipulator, while the prosecution says she got off easy and they could have charged her with much more.
In the same courtroom where Patrick Frazee found out he'll spend life in prison.
He deserves every day he got.
Krystal Kenney, a romantic interest who played a role in Kelsey Barrett's death, learned she's also going behind bars.
It was worth it, but at the same time, Krystal Lee got off way too late.
District Attorney Dan May had called it a deal with the devil, but says it was necessary to lock Frazee up.
What she could face was the tampering with a deceased human body. She could have faced accessory to first-degree murder, which is a Class 4 felony.
Kenney helped clean up the crime scene, took Barrett's phone to try and make family, friends, and law enforcement believe Barrett was still alive, and even saw Frazee destroying the remains of her body. The judge rehashed her actions right before the sentencing.
He felt that her actions were cold and calculating.
Kenney's family and friends came to the court in support of her. Her defense team even played a video with several people talking about her character and why she should have gotten less time. But when District Attorney Dan May gave his final statements, he couldn't help but get choked up.
This is probably the most emotional case I've ever been involved in.
Now Kenney will have to serve 1 year of mandatory parole after her time in prison. The judge did also note several rarities in this case, ranging from a lack of substance abuse issues, which are typically common in cases like these, and Kenney being at a low risk to commit a crime again. Always watching out for you, Teller County. Colette Bordelon, News 5.